oh, what do I do? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in a very long time. Honestly, there's a really good reason for it. So I'm experiencing a pretty big change in my life, and also there are a lot of things going on in the world right now. So I've just been feeling very overwhelmed. I feel helpless. So yeah, I'll talk about that today. So I was doing therapy today, and the word that I used the most to describe how I'm feeling right now was overwhelmed. And I think that's exactly how I feel because of everything that's going on in my life, and also because of what's going on in the world. And I just wanted to sit down, make a video, because I thought communicating it could help me. It's kind of like journaling in a way. So I'm hoping this video helps me, making it helps me. And another thing is, maybe there are people that are going through a very similar situation, and this video might be useful for them too. So just to go back to my story, I have been working at a company for around 2 years and 9 months, and 5 days from now will be my last day at the firm. And I know that it is a good thing for me, because I have actually been wanting to leave this job for over a year. And even though there were a lot of great things about this job, I always knew that it wasn't really aligned with my values, and it caused a lot of problems, physical problems, mental health problems, and it was a very, very difficult, stressful job. So it's a good thing. I've been praying that I will be able to leave this job for a long time, and talking to my friends and family about it. But at the same time, I've never experienced leaving a company without having anything lined up in the future. And it just feels very, very overwhelming. I used to think, okay, I have to have something after the job. I need to have 0 gaps in my employment. And then I watched a video where this lawyer based in London left their job and took some time to just rest and to explore the different things that she wanted to explore that might be better aligned with who she is. And that inspired me too. And I realized, why am I struggling so hard to find something right after leaving a job that I was at for almost 3 years? Maybe I deserve a little break. It could be a couple weeks. It could be a couple months. I know that it's not gonna go over a whole year. So I don't think that's problematic. And I realized, why was I getting scared of a gap? So I decided to just take a little break, pause, reflect on my life, rest, and just explore different things. And then I have now 5 days until the last day, and I just feel really there's so much chaos in my head. There are just so many things I need to figure out, what are the finances gonna look like? What am I gonna be doing? What fields do I wanna explore? What is it like to leave a job? I have no idea. So I think I just want to talk about, the feelings that I have. And I think underneath that huge layer of overwhelm and, the craziness is couple of emotions that I can actually name. I think the first thing is grief. It is the end of an era for me. I've had this job for a while. I love my colleagues. They're the best part of my job. I have a lot of friends, I think, that I made from this job, and I know that I'm gonna miss them. And also, ending a job and leaving a company is equal to you not belonging in an organization. And I think that can feel sad. I think it can feel a little isolating too, to not have a place that you belong to, and to not be on a specific road that is paved for a lot of people. So I think grief is definitely probably the primary emotion that I feel. And I think the second emotion that I feel is fear. Just not knowing what's gonna come next. I've never experienced leaving a job or having nothing lined up after, or having to pave my own road. And it feels scary. Ever since I was little, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, law school, job. And like now there's nothing lined up for me. And it's just a pretty scary feeling. Just like, it's like a lot of responsibility. Like now everything that happened, I could blame it on the society, my parents, my family, the social values or norms, the culture, the pressure, peer pressure. Now it's kind of on me. I want to figure out what I want to do. And I want to use my skills and my gifts that I enjoy using instead of trying to pretend to be someone that I'm not. And yet, paving a new road feels very scary. And I would say the third emotion that I feel is excitement. I think that my friend described this process for me as liberation. And I think that is a pretty accurate word for me. It's a tiny emotion, but it's there. I do feel excited. It's kind of scary to even say it out loud, because it's like kind of underneath like grief and fear. It's like a tiny excitement, but I think it's there. You know, it's like kind of hiding under there, but just a feeling of relief, liberation, excitement for an opportunity to just not do anything. And I do understand it is a huge blessing and a huge privilege to be able to do it. And it's not going to be more than a couple months, but I think that it is an extremely valuable time in my life. And I think when you have a job at a company, especially, all the time off that you have is limited. So the time that you have that you can take off and not do anything is very limited. So unless you take some time off in between jobs, I think those vacations that we used to have don't exist anymore. So I think this will be a pretty exciting and scary and sad, but also really exciting time for me. So I think those are the emotions that I have. And I'm hoping that within all this chaos and overwhelming feeling that I have, I can be a little more kind to myself. I think that was another thing that I discussed today in my therapy session, was that I'm maybe forcing peace on myself. But I think the end of a job is a pretty stressful event in anyone's life. And I think that it is normal for me to feel like, oh, what do I do? You know, like I just feel overwhelmed. But I think that's normal. And I think instead of trying to force peace on myself, maybe I can just indulge. Like go to sleep, like get more sleep, extra sleep, get more ice cream, call my friends, like realize that I need help. I need more support. I need to have support from other people so that I feel less isolated and more belonging, because that sense of belonging is really at the core of feeling happy. Being connected to other people, I think, is so important right now for me, more than ever. So I think that I'm going to try to do that, reach out to people for more support and connections, and share this with other people. And maybe I'm doing a little bit of that right now by making this video. And if you are going through something similar, I would love to hear from you. Maybe you already experienced the end of a job, or you are expecting one, or you want to take that leap of faith. I think all these emotions are very normal, and we don't need to pretend or force ourselves to be okay with it. It's a pretty difficult thing. So I wanted to end this with one of my favorite poems ever. It's this one. I'll just read it out loud. Well, I guess we can read it together. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. Robert Frost. It's a great poem. I think it is scary, but I think it will be rewarding. And I will be sharing my journey with you guys. So hopefully it's relatable and we can kind of do it together. So thanks for watching my video. Oh, before you guys go, actually, I wanted to do a little plug. So I make pins, and I wanted to share my favorite pin ever that I made. This one is, I'm a real YouTuber now that I'm doing this. So this one is called Everything is Written. This is inspired by The Alchemist, the book. and there's a little word, Maktub, that means it is written. And I think this was an amazing book for me. This makes me feel like everything is written, and if I am meant to go a certain way, I will go there. If something is meant to happen, it will happen. And it just gives me a peace of mind, and I really believe in it too. I'll put my Etsy store link down below. Please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, connect with me, share your emotions with me so that I don't feel alone. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!